About pulse electromagnetic field. This is kind of a new thing that's coming out. If you've ever heard of MagnaWave or PEMF or the Beamer for horses, and different things like that. This is just one of those non-invasive, painless, and drug-free therapies that can be used on humans and animals. It's relatively easy to use. And it depends on the condition of the animals and the response to it. It does send a safe electromagnetic pulse through the body where it penetrates deep into the tissue and charges the cells and stimulates the body's natural healing processes. It recharges the mitochondria that produces the energy in the cells, mobilizes the cell, increases circulation, and energizes it, pushes out inflammation. Sometimes when we use it on animals, they do fall asleep because it is so relaxing. What really got me interested in this is my daughter and I my daughter is into barrel racing, and so we use this on her barrel race on her horses as well as our show stock, because it helps with the circulation of the blood, helps with circulation of those cells, brings those animals back a lot quicker than if you were to use a medicine of some sort. It helps with inflammation. You can use it on your own body as well as animals. I have a super bad knee, so I will put it on my knee and let it sit there and rotate through the process. And in a day, it feels a ton better just because that inflammation's gone. Blood circulation helps out. So just some different things. It helps decrease the pain, swelling, and inflammation. It does increase the energy level. The horse that we're going to use on this morning, my daughter overrode him this summer. One day, took him on about a 20-mile cow or moving cows, so about 20 miles, and through rocks and whatnot, overused him. And so we had the machine, we used it on him. Within about 3 or 4 sessions, he was back to normal. He wasn't as stiff, wasn't as hard moving as he would have been without it. It does increase the circulation, the circulatory system, as well as increasing your energy and cellular metabolism. One thing I am going to say right now, in case I don't get in trouble with the vets, is that this machine, I cannot go and diagnose symptoms, but I can treat symptoms. I cannot go out and say, oh, this is what the issues are, but I can say, here's how this machine can help. So just to get that out there as a disclaimer, that we can help with treating symptoms, not diagnosing symptoms. Like we talked about, helps combat stress and support of the body's immune system. So like if I ever get a cold, I just lay it on my chest and let it run through the 10-minute, whatever speed or whatever intensity that I want it at. I can lay it on my chest, and what that does is that it helps the areolas within my lungs expand, so I can breathe better, get over the symptoms a lot faster. In fact, I used it when I had COVID earlier in October, and so I used this along with some other things, and that helped me improve my system a lot faster. Not saying that that'll help get over it. Just what's that?
They said ivermectin.
I've heard that as well, but it's one of those research things that is not truly. It's out there, but I can't recommend it. I can't recommend that. Recovery is faster and more complete. Performance is a lot more improved. I went and did a training in Texas, so I'm certified PEMF. My daughter and my fiance and I are certified PEMF practitioners. We've gone through the training, online training, as well as in-classroom training. This company that we went through is the only one that does that, There are some others that don't necessarily do in-class training for that, for PEMF machines. So some of the benefits for people is that it's well documented. There's a lot of research out there related to utilizing PEMF electromagnetic fields on humans to regenerate. Athletes use it a lot because it's a recovery, the recovery of the muscle tissues, recovery of oxygen, the circulation, improves circulation. All that stuff helps athletes get recovered a lot faster than any other way. Through pulse electronic magnetic fields. It increases the focus, concentration, and mental acuity, as well as injury prevention. Increases recovery rate, swelling and inflammation does go down. Reduces stiffness, cramping. So like when we go out and work really hard one day, we tend to get stiff and sore. We can use this machine, and that really helps us regenerate our body a lot faster than just going through the normal process of, oh, I'm going to wait and see how it goes. The main reason I wanted to really try and bring it out was with our animals, with horses, performance horses. A lot of barns use these type of machines, this type of technology, because it does improve performance. My daughter and I did a research project for her FFA agri-science project. And so her project is related to stridling on a barrel horse. When we were in Texas at this training, there was a guy that had race horses, that raised quarter horse race horses. And he was wanting to try out to see if you can use this technology on race horses and increase the stride length by a foot. That will make or break a horse in a horse race. If you can gain 10 feet over the distance of a quarter mile for quarter horse races, that will get you in the money. So we tried the technology here on barrel horses with her barrel horse, and we found after a 2-hour session, we did a session 2 hours before her run, that we did actually increase the stride length by a foot, just on that one session. So it's one of those things that you're going to have to continually use before a performance, at least 2 hours before a performance, in order to get that benefit from this technology. Really recommending out 48 hours prior to for your first session, and then 24 hours, and then 2 hours prior to, and then an after your performance run. So it really does relieve pain. The 2 hour, if you go right 20 minutes before, you're really not seeing a whole lot of benefit outside of if your animal has some pain or joint issues. It masks that enough to where the animals run or walk better than what they would typically see. It does accelerate healing, also improves the overall health and well-being of the animal. They are seeing some results with show animals as well as bucking stock. They're starting to use it in, I know on the show animals, that's kind of the tip of the iceberg right now. Some individuals are using it. Really, it helps with hair growth, because you're talking about the regeneration of the body, getting that circulation going. Helps with improved on muscle of animals, as well as just the general flexibility of the joints. So once we're talking about improved head carriage. We like those heads being upright. Faster healing of the fetlock and pastern injuries. So if you ever see like a steer popping his ankles, this technology could help with that.
This is great.
Also with bucking stock, it will improve the hoof and horn and hoof strength, so it makes a better horn as well as increased mobility. You don't have to put Banamine, for instance, in a calf or a bull or a horse to get that joint flexible, to mask some of that pain so that animal will walk better. Whereas you can use this technology, you don't have to put that in there, put that medicine in there. You can use this to really help those animals walk better, have more flexibility to their joints. As well as you will have a longer, more professional, longer career for that animal because you're not putting anything into the animal. This really is helping. We're using Mother Nature. This is really an enhanced Mother Nature technology for those animals. We're always in an electronic field just because of the Earth's core. This is just enhancing what we've got. So they do not affect cells that are already at peak performance. Since livestock can't tell you where it hurts, they will indicate where it is by moving around, kicking at you, not just moving their legs at you. I've had a horse a barrel horse at home, doesn't like it up underneath her legs because she, for some reason, just doesn't like it. So we turn down the intensity, and it's a lot better. But they let you know if it's painful or not. But this is truly the more ideal choice of therapy. You can use it on pets as well. So like dogs with joints issues. If you have an injury, going back to injuries on animals. So like if a horse cuts himself open, you can utilize this after the surgery or stitching them up. It helps that healing process. You can cut down your healing process by about a week to 2 week time period by utilizing this on those areas. With one disclaimer, if they have metal put into them, so like if we have metal screws put into it, we have to work above and below it, the area, otherwise because it can pull the screws out if you have it on a high enough intensity. They haven't done so they've done it on some smaller ones. You can there's there's actually 3 different types of wands, or what I call wands. So this is the 18-inch smaller one. They have the bigger rabbit ear ones, which are 24 inches, as well as a smaller ankle wrist one. So it's really painless. You can actually, once we turn it on, I can pass it around. You can feel it. You'll hear a clicking sound, but that's all you hear. The magnetic field is actually inside in here, and so you can turn it over and reverse it. And what it does is that it reverses the polarity within the cells and helps heal faster. You can also strengthen it, move it around, and get those muscles longer. So we can go out and see how it works on a horse out there. But first I want you guys I'm just going to turn it on for a little bit. If you can hear the sound, that's where the magnetic field is going, and you can touch it. That's on the medium level right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's not.
So that would go around the leg?
That can go around the leg, or you can put it on. I don't know, put it on. But you can put it on a knee, put it on an elbow. Put it over. If you have on humans, you can put it over your shoulder. And so what you're doing is you're getting that magnetic field is going all the way through my whole body right at this point in time. Put it over here. Of course, the stronger part's going to be right here and whatnot. So if you have a pacemaker, we can't put it over. We have to ask those questions.
Sure.
Because it'll reset it. That's not a very good thing. So, and this is what That's at the high intensity, so you can just feel bouncing. So when we go out, we'll put. I usually have it on the horse out here that we use it on. He likes it 3, and so you'll see some muscles popping, and that's just telling me as we go across that he's more sore in that area. Okay.